The story begins with a haunting reality. Every night at 2:17 a.m., children would walk into darkness and never return. The film presents a uniquely chilling experience, focusing deeply on psychological trauma. It explores how this trauma resurfaces following the disappearance of the children. The narrative is not one of happiness, but rather a somber history, with a strong desire to uncover what happened in a particular classroom. The filmmaker wrote the movie quickly during a period of intense emotional pain after the sudden loss of a best friend, using writing as a form of emotional expression rather than a planned screenplay. It started with the voice of a little girl telling a story, the direction of which was unknown, even to the writer. This story is based on true events that occurred in the filmmaker's town just 2 years earlier, highlighting a profound sense of loss and the absence of answers about the circumstances of their disappearance. The story was difficult to assemble, originating from intense grief, but evolving into a more thoughtful, creative process. Though at times uncertain about the story's tone or impact, especially with unusual elements, the filmmaker found satisfaction when the final product succeeded. Compared with earlier works, the second movie was approached with greater confidence and a stronger sense of self-belief. The script was compelling and original enough to draw repeated attention from actors and collaborators, who found fresh creativity rare in contemporary film. One actor described the filmmaker as openly sharing his personal struggles and the emotional roots of the story. The narrative includes characters that reflect various aspects of the filmmaker himself, including his experience as an addict and alcoholic, which deeply colors the themes of connection and pain throughout the film. The story also delves into the dynamics of a family affected by alcoholism, portraying the parent as if turned into a zombie by addiction. The daily struggle to maintain appearances at school while hiding at home from a troubled parent underscores the film's emotional core. Beyond horror, the film is described as a strange love story centered on the human desire to connect, even when we don't know how. Alcohol plays a significant role in the storyline, symbolizing the complex ways people seek connection but often fail to achieve it authentically. The filmmakers aim to fully immerse the audience in the characters' experiences, avoiding a detached perspective and striving for grounded realism intertwined with surreal elements. The setting feels lived in and genuine, enhancing the unsettling atmosphere. The director is recognized for his clarity of vision and gracious direction, earning praise for his sensitivity and personal investment in the story. He balances notes and guidance with understanding, fostering a collaborative environment on set. For the filmmaker, this movie represents a personal diary entry expressed through 2 moments of pain and grief, even as he hopes viewers will enjoy it as an exciting cinematic experience. The project concludes with a sense of accomplishment and readiness to move forward. The scene opens with tense music building as heavy breathing and screams are heard. Weapons is described as eventful, fresh, and even a little funny. The tone of the project is described as strange, unlike anything previously seen, yet very human. It is suggested that the mysterious acts may have been committed by kids, though this is quickly dismissed. Weapons originally centered on the story of Justine, but the creator wanted the narrative to feel expansive, weaving in more characters and layers of mystery. Inspired by a scene from Magnolia, a cop character was introduced, and the idea of rain was added to deepen the story beyond Justine's arc. The ensemble cast is highlighted as the film's star, with the filmmaker expressing a strong desire to find answers alongside the audience. Justine is portrayed as grappling with unprocessed grief and emotion. Her life has settled into an unhealthy routine where her only healthy outlet for love comes from the kids in her class. The children ground her and give her a sense of purpose. Losing them leaves her feeling lost and without direction. Julia was initially considered too young for the role of Justine, but eventually proved to be the perfect fit, bringing authenticity to the character. The cinematographer and director discussed the visual approach for different chapters, likening Justine to a prey animal always scanning for threats, and Archer as a predator with front-facing eyes. Archer symbolizes the modern everyman who lives with resentment and often deals with situations poorly. Despite his flaws, moments of vulnerability and hope reveal a good side, such as when he breaks down and vows to be a better father. Josh Brolin's presence in the role is highly praised for his powerful performances. The film emphasizes the distinction between being a parent and a teacher, particularly in caring for children. Marcus, the school principal, holds the school together during the crisis of 17 missing kids. His relationship with Julia is complex. He cares for her, but struggles with her instability. As Gladys gains control, Marcus becomes one of her instruments. Ben is described as a gentle giant with a big heart, yet capable of extreme violence, revealing a duality that enriches the character. Alex is innocence and self-doubt, who believes he is to blame for the town's troubles because of Gladys's manipulation, add another layer to the story. He is caring and shy, with a close but non-outgoing character. Carrie's acting is noted for sharpness and versatility, easily switching between terror, somberness, and childlike goofiness when the action cuts. His performances create a dynamic that keeps the film engaging. Gladys was not part of the story initially, but emerged suddenly during the writing process. She is envisioned as a vibrant, colorful woman from Miami, subverting the typical witch stereotype with her bright appearance and unsettling presence. Her history suggests she has committed similar acts before, possibly originating in Boca Raton. Costuming reflects Gladys's peacock-like vibrancy with colors and mismatched elements that never quite feel right. Her eyes were enhanced to look bird-like, with iris alterations and beady teeth that conveyed her predatory nature. Gladys appears at multiple stages, starting as sick and weakened, with stringy hair and damaged skin, before regaining power through spells and energy draining, becoming the figure recognized by the audience. The filmmakers emphasize the high caliber of acting in a genre that often overlooks such depth, noting that the true horror stems from the characters' lived experiences. The director expresses pride in working with the cast and witnessing their performances soar, finding it a deeply rewarding experience. The scene begins with the unsettling sounds of ringing and screaming, creating an intense, disturbing atmosphere. The narrative describes weapons as horrifying, emphasizing the film's immersive quality that pulls viewers deeply into its world. The director, Garner, reflects that this project features one of the most interesting tones he has ever crafted for a film. Production commands are issued as the crew prepares to film, with the director expressing a clear vision rooted in visual storytelling, having written a script that vividly depicts the scenes. His goal is to faithfully translate that vision onto the screen, ensuring all resources work together to maintain the purity of the image he envisions. The film aims for a grounded, normal world that becomes subtly unsettling through small details, like a family forgetting to put away groceries or leaving things half-finished, that escalate as the narrative progresses. Throughout, there's a deliberate attempt to evoke discomfort by slightly exaggerating everyday environments. Hallways are slightly longer than usual, and extra doors are inserted to keep audiences on edge, never quite knowing where a scare might emerge. The filmmaking team pays close attention to detail, constructing a seemingly normal town that steadily slips into chaos. Specific scenes include a brightly dressed principal entering his office, surprised by Gladys's arrival, which triggers chaos. Gladys's presence introduces disorder, seen through the buildup of trash, accumulated mail, and darkening details that make her world increasingly textural and unsettling. Her unique tree, crafted from digital sculptures and assembled physically with painted details, is a focal point of her environment, an eerie, bonsai-like structure with spiny, dangerous leaves that hint at deeper mysteries. The film's horror elements extend to creature design, where practices like practical effects are prioritized, especially for the eyes, which were constructed to look as realistic as possible despite the challenging process. Visual effects support the work, especially in areas where real prosthetics fall short. Gore and violence are depicted with gory moments, including a scene with a character whose face is peeled, alongside intricate makeup work for blood and bile, carefully matching color and viscosity to produce a visceral, hyper-real effect. The team also fabricates breakaway windows using traditional techniques, and a mechanical gag involving a collapsing fence delivers a dramatic stunt, complete with pneumatic systems to enhance realism. The climax involves a cable-mechanized body that allows characters to pull off limbs or heads, creating shocking and creative death scenes. This collaborative effort highlights the magic of filmmaking, where artists combine their skills, each leaving their mark on the project. The director describes this teamwork as a deeply beautiful aspect of the process, emphasizing that the film is both his personal story and a collective achievement. Finally, the scene concludes with a sense of camaraderie among the crew, acknowledging the intense work involved and the playful spirit that drives their creativity, ensuring each detail contributes to the overall experience of horror and wonder.